divorce, women throw parties when they're going to divorce their husbands and take everything from them because they're celebrating their freedom because they were so oppressed in their marriages until they're not.
So I'm noticing a pretty disturbing divorce trend happening right now. And that's where you have a woman, right? And she decides to get a divorce to find her happiness, find herself, is usually the reasoning.
Which is, I tell you, probably what, 80% of divorces that are actually out there that are initiated by women are probably this exact thing.
So she goes through happy phase. And happy phase is where you know what she's doing. Like, we all know what she's doing, right? So she gets out of happy phase. She realizes that dating now is harder, or that, hey, my life isn't as comfortable as it used to be. And now she goes into regret.
My finances. It's just my finances.
The way she seems to do it is she'll go online and find sympathy.
Yep.
Sympathy. So there's one thing I've noticed.
Like, can you imagine men just coming out online in mass talking about how much they got raped in divorce and how sad they are? Nobody would care. Nobody would care.
It always seems, maybe this is just what I've seen, but I've noticed that women that are in groups tend to be single. It's almost as if women do keep each other single. And there's that whole thing going around right now where this...
Well, I mean, they ruin it for other women, right? They give women a bad reputation. Again, just like this, I always say the few ruin it for the many. There's enough bad women to make all women look bad.
Saying that women keep each other single, and I think it's, at least what I'm seeing, I think it's true. So I want to show you an example.
How did I know it was time to end my marriage? Number one question from women in my DMs. I'm gonna get into some pretty heavy topics in this video, so just a trigger warning. I'd say about a year before I requested a separation, started to feel my sense of self slip away. Having disassociations multiple times throughout the day.
What does that even mean? Like, what exactly does that mean? Like, you're just daydreaming and you're just like, what?
Started having extreme senses of deja vu. Since learned through therapy that it can actually be a sign of anxiety, and I think I just didn't recognize it in my body because I just didn't want to acknowledge what was happening. Be driving around the Bay Area, a place that I have been wanting to leave for so long. I remember I would just have these moments in my car just being like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Almost like putting myself in the multiverse, Spideyverse, like this is not the universe that you're supposed to be in. I felt like I had no energy by the things that brought me joy. I feel like all these emotions and all these things were compounding. And I called my mom and I just told her, like, I am so depressed. I don't recognize myself. Don't have any hope for the future. I just feel so down. That she was like, you need to come home. I never want to feel to the point that I'm that hopeless, that I have nothing to look forward to. I feel like I can't get out of bed every day. And the hardest thing for me to admit is that I am at rock bottom right now. No idea what the future is going to look like, but I know there is one. And I know there...
Like, so you weren't at rock bottom and then you divorced and now you're at rock bottom. Is that what you're saying?
There is one that I'm going to be excited about. And I know I'm going to look back at this time and be like, wow, if you got through that, you can get through anything. You're losing yourself to the point that you don't even recognize yourself anymore. It makes sense to start questioning if this is the path you want.
So as you see, she's clearly unhappy and doesn't want to be married anymore. But what she's doing is she's associating her unhappiness with her marriage.
Yep.
Instead of looking at herself and seeing if maybe there's something that she's doing that's making her unhappy. So here's the first phase, right? So now she gets a...
It's always our fault. Come on. Red.
Divorce. And then this other thing happens too, right? Where a woman starts, like when she starts feeling unhappy and she needs that validation to get divorced, she'll go online. That is the quickest way to get a validation for your divorce.
When you're a woman, yeah. If you a man did that, like, you son of a bitch.
And I have another
Baby
video planned
back.
where I want to show more of that. But so she'll go online and she'll get validation just like that to get a divorce. So let me show you what happens when they realize they made a mistake.
I'm really starting to question if I made the biggest mistake of my life. I wanted to post how I'm feeling because, wow, the highs are great, but the lows are really low. In 1 month since I moved into my apartment, and this is my second week on my job, now that things are quiet, I'm finding myself reflecting a lot. I just feel so painfully uncomfortable. Of course, I'm questioning everything. I'm really trying to force myself to remember how bad things were and how bad things got repeatedly for me to get to this point. I think I'm just having
Because it wasn't bad. You were just miserable yourself, and now you're worse because you're miserable without resources.
a really hard time being back at square one. I'm not cry, I cannot afford to buy more eyelash serum right now. Being a wife, being in a relationship, it feels so natural to me. Like putting myself out there, being single, dating, doesn't at all. That I think I thought moving to my hometown would be
Translation: I'm getting pumped and dumped.
really good for me recovery wise, but I'm just finding it's not. Really thought I would have family support moving here, and finding that that's not the case. And it's been a really tough pill to swallow to realize I'm kind of on an island. I know so many people would die at the opportunity to have no strings attached and travel and start over and
Why do you have blue lipstick on? Why?
date a bunch of people, but that's just not my personality. I'm $10,000 in debt from all of this. Like, I don't know where people are just getting money to do all this stuff. I have 2 dogs that are quite literally the only things making me feel sane right now. Point I'm just really questioning, like, if I'm ever meant to have like a normal, happy life, which maybe sounds dramatic. I just feel like the things that come really natural to other people are just so hard for me. I feel like I'm not asking that much. Like, I just want a normal life. I want to have kids, want to be married, and it just feels like that's not in the cards for me. It's just really interesting because I feel like the swings
It was in the cards for you. You literally had everything you wanted that you just asked for. You gave it up because you're unhappy and miserable.
of emotion with this have been so drastic. Days like today where I feel dead
Wait, what the fuck? Why did you put all of that on and then remove it all in front right now? Was that not lipstick?
inside. Like, I'm crying all the time on TikTok, and now my eyes are just like dead again. Multiple people in my life have told me I'm icy, and I'm just like, literally, what do you want me to fucking say to that? If you're feeling like me at any point, I just encourage you to go through my divorce playlist and look at any of the comments from people. I'm doing that on a regular basis, and you guys have helped me so much. I don't know, I just want to be honest today because, again, like a few days ago, I was feeling pretty good. Today, I feel horrible.
Yeah, so she realized she had it good, and
Yep.
she threw it all away.
Yep.
Now she's not
But you couldn't admit it.
going to say that she was wrong,
Nope.
even though she was. So consequences. You make choices, you got to deal with the consequences. What are you going to do? So then this happens. Yeah, she promotes divorce.
Yep.
That's the next step. It's easier at the time to bring everybody down with her rather than look at what she's doing and take some responsibility and actually improve herself so she doesn't get herself in this kind of condition again. I'm going to show you another video here.
I am honestly really sad right now, if you can tell. That's like the weirdest thing about grief is like, didn't cry for 2 days, was good for 2 days, and now I'm by myself, and it's just like the hurricane, like it's here again, you know? It's the tsunami is back. Like, it's just so hard, and like I'm frustrated.
It doesn't even sound like she's really crying. The way she's talking, it's, like it just feels so disingenuous.
Because I, got my whole world got disheveled. And I feel like
It didn't get disheveled. You literally took a pickaxe and just destroyed it.
he has moved on and he is healed and moved on and doesn't care
Right.
about me, which I don't want him to come back into my life, but it still just sucks, I can't imagine, thank you guys for sharing stuff, like stories that you've gotten through this and it's been however many years, because I could not imagine that. I can't imagine being with someone for a really long time and going through this. you know, sorry if you can hear my cat literally playing in the background. Like, I was
Cat
only
legend.
with him for 4.5 years, 1 year married. I could not imagine, though, being with him for longer and this happening, but it's just so sad sometimes, and it's like so hard to have to learn how to do life by yourself again. Like, you know,
Translation. I'm just super jelly of my husband.
you don't have that person to call all the time or that best friend to go do things with. And that's what scares me. I've never truly been alone and worked on myself, and I'm terrified of it.
So she divorced her husband and then expected him to fight to get her back. She doesn't want him. She just wants the validation that she gets from the attention he gives when he tries to get her back. That's all she wants. She doesn't want him. What upsets her is that he's not doing that. Instead, he's moved on with his life. I've noticed men are very good with this. Maybe not all, but a lot that I've seen, they
The power to walk away.
move on. And that's the thing to do. And he does the right thing. He moves on. It sucks for her because he moved on and she didn't. And so basically, the only attention she can get is from people online, mainly other women that have decided to do the same thing. And so she gets sympathy from them. She makes a video and cries and posts it, and it will get views. But a lot of times they expect the men to still try to make it work, even though they initiated the divorce. And 70% of divorces are initiated by women. They enjoy it when men give them this attention. They love it when they beg for them to take them back. And when they
They really do. This is why, again, they don't like you. Then why do you like them? Why?
don't,
Walk
when
away.
they see the men move on, especially when they marry somebody younger and hotter, oh, they are not happy about this. And unfortunately, you can't make a woman happy. You can add to it, but a woman's got to make herself happy. And if she's putting it all on a guy or kids or something, then hey, it doesn't work well. I think we as women, we don't need to validate ourselves by crying and making these crying videos and try to get sympathy from people.
I think it's goofy. Men definitely think it's goofy for women to be coming out here crying like baby back bitches. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate it, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.